Aliens takes place 57 years after the first film. Ellen Ripley, the only survivor of the space freighter Nostromo, is rescued and revived after drifting for 57 years in stasis. The planet from Alien has been colonized, but contact has been lost. Ripley accompanies the Colonial Marines to investigate the planet, now named LV-426. Traumatized by her previous encounter with the alien, Ripley initially refuses to join, but accepts when she realizes that the mission will allow her to face her fears, which had been plaguing her since her first encounter. Aliens is a prime example of a film that is as good, if not better than the original. Instead of making another sci-fi horror movie, James Cameron decided to go in another direction to the previous film. This film is more of an action film than it is a horror film. This is mainly because of the introduction of the Colonial Marines. This makes for a contrast to the original film because instead of being weak and defenseless like the crew of the Nostromo from Alien, these characters have weapons and equipment to defend themselves. Aliens is also a film that expands on the story by explaining some of the origins of the aliens, or xenomorphs as they are now called, and shows you what happened to Ripley after the traumatic events of the first film. The characters are actually more interesting than they were in the first film. Bishop, for example, is a character that Ripley at first shows prejudice towards because of her experience with an android in the previous film. Newt is a character that reveals Ripley's caring side and adds a lot more depth to her character. Aliens is a film that is consistent with the original but is different enough to stand out from it. I actually prefer this film to the original. Overall, I'd give this film 5 stars out of 5.